Hey there, tariffs are back in the news again, and I have these 2 boxes of Korean Pokemon cards that I've been looking to open. And I'm just curious, I've never opened Korean cards before. I've opened up a fair amount of simplified Chinese like you've seen on the channel. English, Japan, a fair amount of Japanese, not a lot. But I've never opened Korean. And I'm curious because they are significantly cheaper. Guys, if you're like, I want Pokemon cards, but I can't get any because everyone has bought them all. And then the ones that you can get are like stupid expensive. These are definitely an alternative. Okay, so Korean Pokemon cards are an alternative to the scalping situation because they're not that much money. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but maybe like 45, something like that. It's a kind of a small amount. A hint for you, so you could tell like which one is which language is which language. Korean to me has a lot of like circles in it. And I don't think that's in Japanese or Chinese. So for me, that's a pretty simple way for me to figure out what language is this. Again, you see circles and their characters, and yeah. So I don't know. I didn't do Google Translate with this before I started, so I don't know like what it says or if it tells me any like rates or anything. But let's do it because I really like the Destined Rivals set. Something else I should say too, if you're not familiar with Korean Pokemon cards or non-English, is that the Japanese, see, I have off to the side here. So off to this side, I didn't plan this. You can see that these are Japanese ones, right? And it says, it's hard to see, SV9, Scarlet and Violet 9. This one says SV9. So for us, this would be part of Journey Together. But they do like 2 separate pieces. And then that makes it for us, Journey Together. It's 2 sets from the Asian ones into one of the English ones. So this Hot Air Arena, or at least that's what it is in Japanese. I'm not sure if it's different in Korean, but this would be part of our Destined Rivals. And again, off to the side on accident, I have the Destined Rivals, and you see the Ho-Oh. So again, it's the same one. It's the same Cynthia. So again, like half of Destined Rivals is Hot Air Arena. So yeah, that's why there's a little bit of a difference there. So I see here too that it has a promo card. I don't know. We don't do that. In the English ones, we don't do that. I know the Japanese do. Wait, I like Hot Air Arena. I like Destined Rivals a lot. So I'm actually going to do Journey Together first. Sorry to confuse you. And I'm curious as to like, what is the print quality? What's going on? Oops. And also, see, look, so our booster bundles have 6 packs with 10 cards. I think it doesn't say. I think there's 10 cards a piece. These are not that. Again, if you're not familiar with Asian ones, so you see, I think it's 5 cards, probably. And then, okay, so here are the odds, and let's compare it to, see, this is, again, Japanese. You see Korea. You see Japan, right? And we see their odds here. Are they SAR? So the letters are the same. And then it's 8, 10, 34, 48. So it looks like it's the same odds for both of them. Interesting. Okay. Let's just take them all out. And let's get to it. So again, this is what is part of for the English sets, Journey Together. And again, you can see that they look different from our packs. Our packs, I don't have one off to the side actually, have shorter, I forgot what the phrase is. Crimps. They have shorter crimps. Okay. So again, these are Korean cards. So on the Chinese ones, it says it has a C on it. This C is not meaning that. And again, we have the hints of the circles, so we could figure out, is this, what language is this? If there's circles on it, it's probably Korean. Let's see. Our first one, and we have a hit. Let's go. Iono's Kilowattrol. Okay, now I will say they feel a little bit different than the other ones. It's not textured, but I don't think this one is textured in Japanese, but I may be wrong. Again, you can see here. Oh, I didn't even notice there's a Magnemite on there, or Magneton, or whatever it's called. Okay, interesting. Well, that's nice. That was the first pack that we opened up. Let's keep going. Beldum, Whale, Voltorb, Klawf, and then we got Hops, Double. So it's the same art. You can see. I just put the Hop I had away, but it's the same exact art. Again, they feel a little bit different. And notice too, the back. The back is not the Japanese back. The Japanese back has like gold around it and some dots, some jewels. I don't know what it is. But so these have the American back. And it does feel, I almost want to say like plasticky. Not in a bad way, but in a different way. Like it does feel different than an English card. Let's keep going. We got Brock, our boy Brock. Okay, we got this one again. So this is like the same pack as we got before, but this time we have an EX card of Zacian. Again, it feels kind of plasticky. Not low quality, like it feels fine. And the front of this feels like the cards in English that look like this too. Not really my favorite. I like texture. That's why I like the Japanese ones. And again, it doesn't really, like if you're doing it for the art, it doesn't really matter what language it is. And if we're talking about, you can open up a $40 box that has however many packs, 30 packs, I think. Like, it just makes sense. Like, just, if you're trying to just open some packs, don't break the bank. Just do some options. You can always pivot, my friends. Okay, so that's, what's his face? Blanking on his name. What is that guy's? Comment below that guy's name, because I forgot. And then here he is 2 more times. Cramorant. And we got this trainer card. Wow. We got that hit on the first go. So in preparation for this video, I did do a little bit of research, just a tiny bit. It was surprising how hard, oh my goodness. It was surprising how hard it was to find out which languages of cards came out when. And I'm pretty sure it was because it was as hard for me to describe that with my words just now as it was for me to type that into Google or to figure out what kind of keywords it would be. This is tripping me. Like, it feels plastic. Again, it doesn't feel bad. It just feels different. Okay, so the original Japanese, obviously, Pokemon cards came out in 1996. And then became a sensation, obviously. Then came over to America. I like coughing. Okay, and we got another EX, Salamence, that literally evolves from that. I'm not going to say anything more. In 1999, it came to America, meaning Pokemon. Look at that menace. This is this. Look at that menace. And he evolves from this thing. That looks like a Nerds character. Look at the candy, the Nerds. Wow, okay. Yeah, so it was Japanese first, then English. But there are a lot of different language Pokemon cards that you can get today. Another Iono's Kilowattrol, I think. Yeah, that looks right. That looks like the other guy. In that year of 1999, according to what I could find, this was also the year, my boy, I like coughing and wheezing. I've decided that. Lily's Pearl. In that year of 1999, you not only have the English Pokemon cards, but simultaneously you have the German cards and the French cards. So I guess it was like a global sensation. And then we got our Hops Snorlax. I guess it became a global sensation within a couple of years. Then fast forward to the next year, we have the turn of the century, and we've got Italian and Spanish cards in 2000. So for a while there, you had, and you still do, have multiple different, another EX, surprised. I am surprised of how many EXs you're getting, but that's a pleasant surprise. I don't know if that's normal. I'm not saying that's abnormal. I don't know if that's normal. I'm just saying it's interesting. In English cards, you're not going to get that many. I don't think. Here's a Limp Bizkit card. Tell me that's not Limp Bizkit. Now, there's also a little thing, speaking of Korean Pokemon cards, there is also an interesting thing because they started printing in 2004. So that's already a few years after everybody else. Because again, they started, I mean, Korea and Japan are right next to each other. But I don't know what was going on in the 90s and the early 2000s in Korea. I'm not sure if they were fine and dandy or if they were having some struggles. I have no idea. But they started printing Pokemon cards in Korea or in Korean. I'm not sure if they were physically printed there, but probably. I can't tell. I don't know if it says it here. But presumably in Korea. It started in 2004, but then it stopped in either late 2005, early 2006. Again, this is the best information I could get without doing a lot of digging, which I am now interested in doing some more digging. But they had like this gap, a small gap, I should say, where they weren't printing the Korean cards. And they don't, it's hard to tell why, but from the little bit of research I did, it seems, hey, okay, so we got 2 full arts. Ooh, look at that. And they're so pretty. Again, this is Korean, right? This isn't English. This isn't Japanese. It's not Chinese. So the value of these cards is different because of the language that it's in. But if all you care about is the artwork is exactly the same in both of these cards as it is in the Magnemite. I like Magnemite and Magneton. I don't care about the biggest one, Magnezone, but I like those ones. So it's cool to see, like, the more you look at it, the more detail you see, which is neat. Their shoes, that's cool. Yeah, but if you just are doing it for the artwork, this is the same artwork. So this is awesome so far. And we're not even, like, look at how many packs we still have. That's a lot. And I'm sure I just jinxed it, but, you know. So anyway, as for why did they stop printing the Pokemon cards for a little bit, it sounds like it was just not that super popular and didn't really sell very well. And also, early 2000s was not like a peak Pokemon time. And somebody maybe in the comments would be very mad and tell me off. Another EX, interesting. And if so, do it. That's fine with me. I'm here to learn. But yeah, so there's technically 2, I guess you could say, print eras of times where they printed because there was a gap in between. So that would be interesting to see, like, what cards did they not print in Korean from those times. Okay, so for a while, since 2000, let's say, ish, minus the Korean, like, blip, another one, and this is one of my favorites. I have a whole page in my binder of just this card in Japanese because I think it's underrated. I think it's adorable, and I think it's timeless, and I think it will be expensive eventually because it's cute. I understand Japanese prints more, etc. Whatever. It's a cute card. That's how I buy my cards. Is it cute? Yes. Okay, buy it. Another one? Is this for real? Like, is this normal? I've never even pulled this. I've never even seen this card. If you asked me if this card existed, I would be like, probably, I guess. Wow, neat. SR. I'm pretty sure that's secret rare. Because you see here, 122 out of 100. So it's supposed to go up to 100. So anything above that line, that 100, is secret. So here we go. I don't even know who this is. But she has poofy hair, so that's cool. And like pink eyes, so that's neat. Cool. Wow, we're killing it. We still have more packs. Wow, let's see if anything happens. 'Cause I would be fine with what we got. That's pretty good. Anyway, what I was saying. So since around approximately 2004, let's say, you have had Japanese, English, German, French, Italian, Spanish, Korean. So that's 7 languages. So Pokemon has been printed, again, minus the Korea situation, in 7 languages since 2004, which is a lot and in a long time period. So good on them. That's great. Then skip forward a bit. Skip forward past, the recession of 2008 and all these things. And then in 2011, the Portuguese version for Brazil, not for Portugal, but for Brazil, for the Brazilian market. Then they started making, we got another Dubs. Hops Dub Wool. Last pack. Let's see. Again, I won't be mad if we don't get anything, because shoot, we got a lot of stuff over there. 2011, which was Portuguese. Nope, that's it. Wow. So look at how many cards. This was like $40. Guys, that's a lot of cards. And we got a full art trainer. We got full art Maractus. We got full art Iono's Kilowattrel. We got Hops Double. We have Zorora EX. We got Mamoswine EX. We got Salamence EX and Zacian EX. That is ridiculous. Guys, that many cards and this many hits, to be fair, for $40? Shoot. And look at all this. Look, that's all the trash. That's ridiculous. Let's see. I really enjoy the Destined Rivals set. I like the vibe. Like, I am here for that vibe. That dark art. Kind of cool. Wait, remember this? Remember it had oh no, that's this one. The other one. This one has that. Okay. So let's see if there's an extra thing in here. I'm curious about that as well. Okay, let's open up our second box of Korean. And it does come with a promo card. Interesting. Oh, it's the illustration contest. We're opening it. You could keep it, but I won't. Let's do it. And then let's see what we got here. So again, this in Japanese is called Heatwave Arena. Scarlet and Violet 9A. Remember, this was Scarlet and Violet 9. So I guess... No, because this goes for Journey Together. I can't remember what the other part of this is. But let's get it. Let's open this one first. Let's see what our illustration contest from 2024... Wait, there's 2 cards in here? How many cards? There's 2 cards in here? I've never opened one of these before, so I am excited. Let's do this together. Oh, it's just a toxicity or whatever. I don't even care about that guy. Okay, then... Okay, so these are the 2. That's interesting. The other ones have a stamp on them. And what a stamp is just... It's not an actual stamp. It's just like a little extra symbol or logo in the corner. Either over here. And it would say... Illustration contest. So at the bottom you can see who is the illustrator, and then so this is like fan art basically that they put onto an actual card. So that's really neat. And then here's the Pikachu one, which is perfect because I collect Pikachus too. And again, you see the artist name down here. And we see also for both of them, it says promo. So, and it says SVP, Scarlet Violet Promo. So even though it's a different language from a different country, those stuff, some things stay the same on the cards. Cool. Okay, that's nice. That's a great start. I forgot what the options are for these cards, but that's cool. I don't really care about toxicity at all, but and it's like not even shiny. Like it's just like a regular card. That's fine. Okay, let's see if we have the luck that we did on this one, because we had some amazing luck on the other one. Wow, I am just surprised. Oh jeez, I am surprised. Let's see. Taurus. Look at him. He's like, come at me, bro. Look at her. Okay, our first pack again is a hit. This guy, that's Electabuzz. I forgot, Electrovir or something. EX. So in case you're wondering what is EX, why is that a thing? Well, you see how in the corner it has a high number, HP. So that's like your health points. That's hit points, health points, one of those. And that's how much damage your Pokemon can take if you're playing the game. So this guy, 30, you can be knocked out quick. But one that's 100 or 280, you're going to have a harder time. Okay, and another EX, back to back. Interesting. So again, you can see that they have high health points, hit points. This means it has an ability. I don't read Korean, so I don't know what it is. And then it can attack, and it does a lot of damage. But it requires a lot of energy to play the card. So you'll win some, you'll lose some. But it is good because it can take a lot of damage. So if you're trying to power up your other Pokemon, whatever, then you're good. Okay. I like the clay style ones. I've been trying to collect those ones as well. Milotic. And another 3 for 3? Is that 3 for 3? 3 X's in a row? And look at how much better this one is. 330? That's a lot. Plus, what? Is that real? You only need 1 energy and you can do 100 damage? Dang, that seems broken. That seems broken. It probably is. Sometimes Pokemon cards do get banned. Sometimes, I actually already have this card. I don't know how I have this card already. And it might, it's not in English. I don't know which one it is. Look at that sandwich. I forgot what I was going to say. My apologies. Cyndaquil, I think. Baby. Applin. Look at those eyes. Look at those guys. Look at those guys. Okay. Got our first holo, I think. Yeah, because we got EXs. We got EX. Not this one. I really forgot what I was going to say. Okay. Going back to our history of the different language, the multilingual. Fun fact here, this guy's name is Rotom. R-O-T-O-M. Reverse the name, okay? And you'll understand why. Anyway, so 2011 was the Brazilian Portuguese cards. Okay. And then in 2019, so right before the pandemic, you have traditional Chinese, but there's two versions. So, and then they're like, it's Mandarin. That's a whole other conversation. But what they call it is traditional Chinese. And that was specifically, okay, I think we're hitting a dry spot here. We hit 3 EXs back to back to back. And I haven't gotten anything in a minute. The traditional Chinese cards were made for Taiwan and Hong Kong. So the places that really make China upset. And then the simplified Chinese sets are for mainland China. The simplified Chinese, as I've said before, if you look back in my channel, I have opened up simplified Chinese cards before, and we got a hit. This is a really cute card. And again, it's the same quality. If all you care about is the art, this is the far more economical way to do it. Nice. That's beautiful. Okay. Simplified Chinese is for mainland China. The thing is, so, and normally, you know, politically, I would rather support Taiwan and Hong Kong any day of the week. However, the quality of the simplified Chinese, I've heard, is better, and there also are some anti-counterfeit measures in that. And again, if you go back to my first video with the Chinese cards, you'll see what I'm saying. Like, I specifically point out like what they have on their cards to make it more counterfeit resistant. And those are the simplified Chinese cards, and those are, again, intended for, I shouldn't say technically for, but intended for mainland China. So they've been doing that since 2019. From my understanding, they haven't added any languages since then. I doubt they would. That's nice. People like Gyarados. And I haven't pulled that one yet, so that's nice. Okay. Okay, so that other box so far has been way nicer to us. But, so I don't know if that was a glitch. Like, I don't know if that was just like I got really lucky or what. But we saw the odds on here, and this should be pretty consistent. But even with the odds, you know, you still get lucky sometimes. Sometimes you hit big on the slot machine, even though most of the time you don't. Okay, come on. This is like, I really enjoy this set. But you know what? What is the other half of Hot Air? Because this should be in, again, this should be in Destined Route. It has the same stuff. These two are the same. But I'm trying to think of what is the other half of Hot Air reason. Again, somebody in the comments can help me out. Hey, we got one. Cynthia's Roserade or something. I think that's Roserade. Rosalia, something like that. People like Cynthia. I think she's considered a waifu because she's a girl, and therefore people have crushes on the cartoon girls, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's continue. I would like not saying that that's bad, but that is not something that I am like chasing. Let's see. So again, if we're talking about value here, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 on value. If you just want to open up some cards and you don't want to break the bank / or if you want to, wait, I think Destined Rivals is its own thing in Korean. I think I just bought some just Destined Rivals. Joke's on me. Anyway. This is not expensive, considering, you know, what is the word? Given the context of the market. Okay, it's not expensive at all. This is cheaper than like the Charizard box right now, and that only comes with like 5 packs. So, you know, and that's if you can find it. So I bought these, all of my foreign language stuff I bought from the same place. It's Poke Unlimited. Just look up Poke, Poke Unlimited. I have never had a problem with them. They ship really fast. I have another one of these. Nice. High quality, like clearly high quality stuff. Very fast shipping and affordable prices. Again, you could buy $100 Japanese booster box for sure. And like, you do you. That's no problem. But it hurts when you know that in Japan, excuse me, if you're able to get it at retail, it's like $40. So, you know, that's kind of a high markup. But these Korean cards, it's cute, but it's not one of like the best cards. but it's a hit. Like, guys, we've had a lot of hits right here. This is unusual. I mean, for me, as an American who mostly opens English cards, that's unusual to have this many hits. Because again, we have, so this is 6 booster packs. So that's like 60 cards, and this is way more than 60 cards. Hey, Ethan, my boy. Full art trainer. I've been collecting full art trainers too. And I don't have this one. And I don't think it's super cheap in English. So there's a caveat on that one. We got 2 more left. Let's see what happens. I know this has been kind of a boring video, but hopefully you learned something. What? What? We already had this one. We already had this one. Look. Huh? That's weird. I feel like that's unusual. Again, maybe not into Korean. Everything has an asterisk on what I'm saying right now because it's new to me too. Okay, last pack. Here we go. What? What? So let's think about this because this is interesting to me. Just statistically. I've never taken a stats class. I don't know what I'm saying. But look. We got 2 EXs that were the same. And we got 2 EXs that were the same. I've never had that happen. Just the first one was interesting. And then this happened. I will say this. Look. This full art trainer is textured. You can see in the cloud in the sky right here is textured. Right? Oh no. Okay, I got it. Okay. Did you hear that? Did you hear it bend? That was painful. Yeah, so you can see that it's textured. Whereas this one, for instance, is not. So if we put them like this, you can see Ethan is textured. This guy, this little Crustal or whatever his horrible name is, but he's a cutie. That's not textured. This is the only one that's textured, which is very interesting. I don't know why. Did we get a full art trainer? We did. And this full art trainer is also textured. Interesting. Let's see. Let's do one more thing. In this box of Heat Wave Arena, let's just see what we got. We have 5 EXs. We have 3 regular full arts and 1 of the full art trainers versus our Journey Together box. I'm not going to count this EX. That doesn't count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 EXs, 3 full arts, and 1 full art trainer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the Heat Wave Arena, we got 1 extra EX, even though we got 2 sets of doubles. And we got the same amount of full arts and of full art trainers. Let's take this. Let's see. And again, remember, the odds for both of them were the same. So 6, 8, I don't know what these numbers mean. I'm trying to think. Like, is that a percent sign or something? And then what does the bottom say here? RR. See how it says RR? And this says what? SR. RR. SR. I don't know. 63 plus blank. I don't know. I'm going to have to use my Google Lens to figure out what the heck does this mean. Because I don't know if they're saying like there's any kind of guarantee or something. Because based on this, I would say probably. Even though it's a super small sample size. So we're talking 2 boxes. But the hits were like very close to each other. Like the fact that there's 3 full arts, 1 full art trainer, and 4 to 5 EXs. I think we just got lucky on this one, even though, again, we simultaneously didn't get lucky because there's 2 pairs of the same card. But also, this is like a really overpowered card. This is the card that I said was probably broken because it has super high hit points. In one energy, you do 100 damage. Like, look, if you normally do this guy, 1 card, 30 damage, 40 damage, 10 damage, 80, but that's 3, right? So to do 100 damage with 1 energy is very unusual to me. So that was Korean Pokemon cards and a little bit of the international history, at least the timeline. Let me know what you think. I think it's a great budget option. I think the hits are very solid. And again, if you're only caring about like the artwork themselves and you're not like a player, then why not? This is a solid deal. And it's cool to be exposed to different languages at the same time. So, all right. Until then, we will see what happens next.